All right, sort of this is like a Me Too day. You have a big event, Donald Trump. Well, now indications that Ted Cruz is planning one for about, 2.5 hours from now, in which we're told, these are various media reports, he's going to announce a running mate, and that running mate will be Carly Fiorina. Now, there's no way to confirm this. This is all just gossip back and forth. I've got the Daily Caller editor-in-chief, Chris Bedford, here. Our own Charlie Gasparino has been hearing similar reports. Charlie, let's say this is the case, and that's what he does. Is it going to move the meter?
I will say this is what we know they're doing. They're working on two forks. They're clearly lining her up to be VP. The indications I'm getting from people close to the campaign, that's the announcement. The bigger thing is what they're looking for. And I wouldn't be surprised if this came out today. I don't think it will, because Mike Pence, the governor of Indiana, is not supposed to be at this rally. But this is what they are furiously working on, is for an outright endorsement by Pence in Indiana that helps him move the dial over.
You think he'll get that? That'll be more important than the Carly thing.
Yes, and that's really the inside story here. The campaign is working overtime to get Pence to do it. I know that for a fact. And here's what they're really doing. The campaign is actually calling a lot of big Republican donors and telling them to call up Pence, and some are. So
one last sort of stop this thing.
Listen, they believe if they can win this, win Indiana, it's convinced.
It could change. It could change. Chris Bedford, what do you think of this? First of all, on the Carly thing, if it's true, you know, Ronald Reagan tried to do something like this at the '76 Kansas convention against Gerald Ford and sort of woo the Pennsylvania governor at the time to get the Pennsylvania delegation. Didn't work for him. And that was a case where they were both essentially tied at that convention. So it didn't do the trick for him. Will this turn the tables, if it is true, for Ted Cruz?
Well, I see what he's trying to go for here, which is probably try to affect the female voters, which are turned off by Donald Trump's message. He doesn't do that well with women. He does much better with men. But I think that in this election cycle, just like we haven't seen endorsements really matter that much, it's going to be difficult for them to make this into a winning ticket and to change the narrative after Donald Trump just swept the Northeast. He is able to dismiss people rather easily as being losers and really hurt their credibility in the eyes of the American public. And to have someone else who was beaten so early in the states join Cruz's ticket, and to combine that with John Kasich's kind of possible semi-alliance, I think Donald Trump is typically able to handle that kind of situation pretty well.
Well, I would just say two things. Depends on the endorsement. Listen, Carly Fiorina is going to be he's going to bring Carly in today. I think that's pretty much. I've been given every indication from the campaign that's what's happening. So
this is right.
Yeah, and you know what? Take that off the table. I don't think that endorsement is a big deal. What I think the gentleman's missing here
clearly shows he's not quitting.
Right, he's definitely not quitting. But the bigger endorsement, which matters, is the similar endorsement that he got from Scott Walker, that he gets from Pence, and that's.
Do you think he'll get it?
I hear two things out of the people that know about this. They think the pressure on Pence is pretty immense from the entire from the GOP establishment, including fundraisers. But Pence is worried. I mean,
yeah,
you know,
he's holding out.
He's got
Chris,
a tough
what do you think of that
campaign.
Pence holds off, that he doesn't commit?
Well, one of the theories of Pence going back to Indiana to be governor from the House, where people had been kind of pushing him as a dark horse candidate for the presidency, is he's getting ready to run in some future date on the actual national level. So what he's probably calculating right here is how important are the powers that be in Washington, who really clearly want me to do this, versus getting embroiled in this really dangerous and wicked fight that's going on in his home state. And is it worthwhile for him to be embroiled in it at all?
All right. Guys, I want to thank you both very, very much.